I'm treating my next guest like family. I'm telling him that if he would just go ahead and break the chair that he's in, that we could get him a new chair. And I'm also just pointing, there's your headphones over there. You can find them. Hey, it's 7 minutes after 4 o'clock. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. Glad to have you with us. Thank you for being here. Governor Bill Lee authored what I thought was just a fairly benign, innocuous, if you will, ex-post saying, hey, all you New York businesses, if y'all don't like the atmosphere up there with your socialist mayor, come on down to Tennessee. Tennessee's always open. And apparently he's getting clapback from people that are demanding that he retract it, that Tennessee is closed, that we don't want new business. Don't worry, I'll explain. And this is someone running for state senate that is doing this. We'll talk about that coming up in just a couple of minutes. We just spoke on the idea of impact or development fees in the city of Nashville. We'll continue that conversation. Give us a call if you have any questions or comments regarding, well, I tell you what, we're going to give you something to talk about and think about right here with Representative Scott Cepicky. He's always a great conversation. He's a great guest. I consider him a friend and a statesman. I would never call him a politician.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm saying that mainly because I know you were listening when I was just cracking the whip on politicians yesterday.
When you said that yesterday, the tractor stopped abruptly.
Did it now?
Oh, I texted you right away. No, there's none of that. It stops precisely where I wanted to.
You got GPS on that thing?
Yeah, I was like, what? What?
I'm just saying, we
gotta keep the leash on you sometimes. You get off the rails sometimes, man.
Well, because I don't like politicians.
It's that L streak in you.
I know. Yes.
That's what it is.
But you know why I like you? Because I ask you, answer, I ask you, answer. That's what I like. I like that exchange.
Because I have better hair than you too.
Well, I mean, you got hair.
Ken?
Yes, sir.
Better hair?
My beard beats both of you.
You got more hair on your face than I have on my head. That's for sure.
Fair. You got
Earl Ives.
Hey, no, he's just
Burl Ives driving in from the cheap seats.
Silver and gold.
Weaver, he's just
silver and gold.
Boy.
He's just speaking of silver.
That's the job. It's the job.
It's a lot. It was a lot darker the first time he came in the studio. Yeah, I know.
That's 7 years ago.
I've seen it. And, he picks on me, Ken, because I've been begging him to tell me whatever product he uses in that head of hair of his, and he won't do it. He's very secretive about it. I think he's a Dapper Dan man.
I just like your Crocodile Dundee vest there.
Thank you. Got it at Cracker Barrel.
Barrel.
I bought this at Cracker Barrel before they went woke and then came on back.
Oh, boy.
At least they admitted their wrongdoing.
How's everybody doing today?
We're good. Jackson, you all right? Scott wants to know how you're doing.
I'm doing all right.
Is he off the ledge?
Are you off the ledge?
Yes, but we'll be back 3 Saturdays from now.
Aren't y'all off right now?
Yeah, we have New Mexico State next week, which is going to be biblical, and then Florida the next week.
Mm-hmm. In Florida?
Yes.
Looking for the first victory in how long?
Since I was 3 years old.
What happens if you don't get it?
Back to the ledge.
He's back on the ledge.
Back on the ledge.
You better look out for them New Mexico State Aggies there, Brother Jack.
He might be there with Heupel.
Yikes. Yeah, you notice how jovial and good-natured and ready to converse Ken Weaver is?
Yeah, especially because Oklahoma State's not that good this year.
They aren't. They stink, but the Sooners are great.
There you go.
Until they play Memphis.
Jeez. Here we go.
Best team in the state of Tennessee.
Can we talk about something we were talking about off air? Can I brag on you for a second?
Oh, yeah.
About your son's going to be on the field? You think?
We think.
Yes.
We think. First
Good
game.
for you. Redshirt freshman?
Yep.
He's traveling with the team.
First week on the travel squad, and they told him to be ready on kickoff.
Oh, good for you. That's awesome.
And my youngest is playing first playoff game at Macaulay down in Chattanooga. So wife's going to Chattanooga, and I'm going to Memphis.
How about that? Well, who do you play this weekend?
Tulane.
Is it tomorrow night?
Yeah. 8 o'clock.
That could be a good one.
What channel's it on?
ESPN.
Oh, man, I wish I could watch it, but I got
too.
YouTube TV.
I can't watch it.
I'm sure you can find a place that carries it.
Oh, I know. I certainly can. No, I did the stupid thing. I don't think, Ken, that I had to get ESPN Unlimited because I had Hulu. Now I'm being told if you have Hulu, see, why am I?
You have to have ESPN Unlimited
to get the ABC.
To get everything ESPN offers without a cable subscription, you have to get unlimited.
Grump.
And I'm getting it today.
I've got it.
Hence cable.
I've got it. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, and we've got a lot of important things to talk about, but this is funny. For years, we talked about, get me untethered from cable. Why can't I just pick a la carte? Why can't I just pick what I want? And now we get to do that. And it cost a hell of a lot more than cable does now when you add it up.
And we're still watching commercials.
And we still have to watch stupid commercials.
Yes.
So there's no benefit.
Big game in Memphis though tomorrow. Big game against Tulane.
I'm excited about that. So
that
look
puts
for
him at what would that be? 9-1.
what number is that young man?
39.
Number 39. So look for him on kickoff, special teams, etc.
Yep, 39 on the field, number 1 on your hearts.
Well, number 1 in your hearts, as he should be, Scott Cepicky.
Yes.
Where you want to start? You want to start Duck River?
How about we start in Memphis?
Okay, let's start in Memphis. Sure. So I know that you've been focused in on this, crime and punishment in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm excited about it, and I don't hear a lot of liberals howling about it, which tells me it must be going well.
It's going very well. The state troopers down there, along with all of the acronyms, TBI, FBI, Homeland Security is down there. Now the National Guard and federal troops have showed up for support roles. Here are the numbers for the first month in October. You ready for this one? 1,862 arrests made in October. 132 known gang members are now behind bars. 319 immigration-related arrests. 313 firearm seizures from known felons, and the one that I'm the most proud of, we found 88 missing children in Memphis.
You know, the last time you were on, and I don't think the figure was in the 40s.
In the 40s.
Then, and now we're at 88.
88.
And several of our listeners want to know, like, the nature, and I know that there's a lot of laws in place that prevent exposure of these, but what's the nature of these children? Do we know what was going on with them? You know, what their status was when they were found? Are we going to find that out at some point down the road?
We will. A lot of these children were found in when they've identified gangs that had control of houses, and when they broke in the doors, they found these children in these houses.
Right. So they're just trying to figure out who their parents are, where their parents are,
or where they came from.
Right.
Maybe in other countries that under the previous administration found their way across our border and wound up with these gangs.
I mean, we've long talked about we hear Donald Trump talking about it. We hear border security talking about it. The 300 or so thousand missing children.
Yes.
Is it believed that these may be some of those missing children?
Yes, correct. And the question is, after we leave Memphis, do we come to Nashville? And how many do we find in Nashville that are being kept around here? I think that's the next step. The logical step is we come to Nashville with the interdictions that we put in place in Memphis. And I've talked to people in Memphis that said it's unrecognizable right now with people out walking. You don't hear the gunshots anymore. People are down on Beale Street not fearing for their lives and getting around. We are giving Memphis the opportunity to go back to what it used to be. Now the question we all have is, okay, what does drawdown look like? We don't want to create a void and the bad people come back in. So,
well, and I don't think we're near that point quite yet,
well,
are
you
we?
know what? But sometimes the communists deliver for you, right?
Uh-huh.
How would you like to be a police officer in New York City right now?
Not so much.
Not so much. And guess what? We might have a job for you in Memphis that pays pretty darn good because there's no state income tax. You can come down here, make some really good money in Memphis, and because we've got the city to a good spot, let me tell you, it's not as dangerous as New York's going to be.
Well, I would agree with you there. I mean, the question then becomes, though, and TB poses it on the super text line, you know, all of these arrests are wonderful and great,
Yes.
but when you have, what's his name, Milroy over there as the district attorney, will the district attorney actually prosecute those people and put them in jail?
The bulk of these are federal crimes. We bypass him.
So we don't have to worry about it.
That's right.
Good old Steve. That's good news,
we
too.
We want to get these people on federal charges. Therefore, they're under the federal jurisdiction.
Do you believe that if we continue to see, I mean, I understand that the General Assembly is loath to enter into local jurisdictions and interdict, right? I mean, and I think the federal government feels the same way, that you only do so when it is absolutely necessary. And I consider Memphis to be a partnership between federal, state, and hopefully local. No one's discounting that we invite the locals into these conversations and say, hey, if you want to be a part of this solution, then all you have to do is recognize that you got a problem and recognize that we're here to help. That is an example of what these partnerships can look like statewide and nationwide. Similarly, is the state willing to intercede in any way they can if the district attorney continues to refuse to do his job.
So I was a member of the General Assembly, I think a couple years ago, when we had a judge down in Memphis that was not doing what they were supposed to be doing, and we had legislation on the floor, going to take a vote, and it was a game of chicken. And the judge didn't believe in Memphis that we were going to do what we were going to do, and when that bill got brought up, they turned into resignation immediately. We are not playing. Please don't test us. Just do your job you're elected to do.
I asked the Speaker of the House, Cameron Sexton, I said, could you compare the district attorney in Shelby County and the district attorney in Davidson County? Because Funk gets a bad rap, too, in a lot of the cases that we feel like he's failed us.
He brings it on himself.
And Sexton said there's no comparison, that at least Glenn Funk will work with us. At least Glenn Funk will sit down and talk with us. You go to Memphis, you can't get a meeting, you can't get a conversation with this district attorney. He just doesn't seem to care.
What we're hoping is that the people of Memphis see a difference of safety and security for their families. And when we draw this down, that if that crime element returns and they don't go after with zealous like we are right now, these criminal elements, that hopefully when these elections take place, there's consequences and repercussions.
A super texter wants to know, why was there no concerted push made by the state to clean up the crime, and why did the feds have to come in and do it? So, I mean, that's a fair question. I mean, I know the state was watching it. I know the state was trying to help Memphis as best they could. Was it a matter of timing? Was it a matter of needing the federal government to utilize their resources in terms of immigration issues over there, or combination of those
Well,
things?
I think a lot changed last November, right, when the border got secure. So we stopped the flow of people just coming into our state. Please don't mistake the southern border. It's all our border, because they come right from Texas, and they've been bused or flown all over the country, right? And so those people are winding up in our major metropolitan cities. I think what the answer is times had changed to where we had a federal government that understood there was a problem and were willing to help. So Governor Lee, through his ask, which is the way it's supposed to be, right? The governor asks the federal government to come in and help and provide resources, and they have. And I think it's worked as a blueprint on how other governors in other cities and states across our country can use.
Well, for me, I hope that it's a wake-up call for Memphis and many other metropolitan areas, because, and I'll use Nashville as an example. I don't think Nashville's nearly as bad as Memphis. No. I think that's fair. And you see where murder rates are down, and that's fine. Property crimes, I wish they were, where the murder rates are going. And if I am to believe some of these murder statistics, that's all well and good. Wonderful that we see murder down in the city. But I do think the city needs to wake up to the idea that we're not going to put up with the excuses anymore.
Right.
When they say, we're doing our best, we're doing our best. Well, are you? Are you doing your best? Are you supporting the police? Are you supporting robust prosecution through the district attorney's office? If not, we're watching what could happen in Memphis. We're watching what could happen in Washington, D.C. So these excuses all across the country, not just in Tennessee, they're not going to work anymore.
No, if we get it, the goal is to get Memphis back to what it used to be, right? A place where you could go and raise your family and not be in fear of your life. If we get that in Memphis, why wouldn't the people in Nashville start going, why not us?
Sure.
And say, hey, Freddie O'Connell, hey, City Council, why not us? And is there an ask that you need to make of the state government and the federal government to coordinate this, to go in there and just get a big clean sweep and give us a shot to start clean again? Who wouldn't want that?
So Memphis numbers look pretty good. You're very excited about them.
We're heading the right direction.
Should be.
And we'll see how long this is going to continue, because we can't do this forever.
Well, that's right. I mean, yeah, this was, I mean, I look at it as, we go into the house is a mess. You know what it is? It's an episode of Hoarders. It's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Tell me what it is.
That's what it is.
I mean, it's an episode of Hoarders.
Right.
All we can do is go in. We can help the people that are there recognize that they have a problem. They've been denying that they have a problem for a long time. We're going to clean up the problem, but then we got to leave them. At some point, we got to go away, and you got to keep it clean, or
we have to take other actions.
21 after the hour, we have to take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk education with Scott Cepicky. We'll also talk about the Duck River, which is something that's been on his plate for a long, long time. He's been focused in on protecting the Duck River for some time in Murray County. It's 21 after the hour on Super Talk. Super Talk 99.7 WTN. It is Matt Murphy and the Matt Murphy Radio Show. I'm so glad you've decided to join us. 427 this afternoon. Hey, look, guys. It's starting to get dark outside. Isn't that nice? 427.
Yeah, that's great.
If only politicians would do something about it. Hey, are you a fan of
Killing me. You're killing me.
Did you get that on camera, Jackson? Did you get the
I did.
Oof. We've already done it in Tennessee.
right? Like
It's the federal government.
Like Tennessee has agreed, but so the majority of people want to be on the summertime time.
Standard time.
Standard time or
I think
daylight?
it's called standard time.
It's not the wintertime time.
You're right. It's one where you just stay where you are.
Okay.
I think it's called standard time.
But you have to have federal government to sign off and let the states do it.
Yeah, because it involves interstate commerce.
Mm.
And I think the last time I've heard I passed this, I'm sorry, we passed this, I think in 2019 and sent it to the federal government. And I think at the last count I heard there's 27 states waiting for the feds to do something.
You know who always gets in the way?
The railroads.
Oh, is it the railroad?
The
okay,
railroads.
okay. Well, then there's two groups.
Because of logistics.
Sure, the railroads. Okay, fine.
Yes.
I hadn't thought about the railroads.
Hey, say it with reverence now. They might be listening.
God bless the railroads. I mean, look.
Matt Murphy said that.
I didn't say anything. I mean, whatever. I mean, you what? The railroad's going to come at me? Why don't you come over here, bro? Come at me, bro.
Have Jackson start your car.
There's not going to be a train outside in the parking lot, Cepicky.
Matt Murphy said that, railroads.
You must have experienced the railroad mafia in your political past. Now, mamas, because they don't want it to be dark in the winter when their precious, sweet baby angels are standing outside for the buses. And I'm telling you, it's mamas.
Yeah.
And
we love them.
We love them to death, but like 70% of America says, let's just go to what the time is during the summer, daylight saving, and stick there and just, for me, I'm just like, don't change it. I don't care.
I think it's called standard time.
I think you're mixing the two. I think we're on standard time now.
Okay.
But one way or the other, I just don't want to change it. I don't care. I'll get used to what we do. I just don't want to change it anymore. Anyway, more on that later.
Railroads see Matt Murphy. Matt Murphy.
Matt at murphyshow.com or matt.murphy@cumulus.com. And we love your railroads, but what are you going to do?
Couple days. Have you seen Matt?
You going to move the tracks over and come get me? No. I know where your tracks are. I've seen you. See, I can speak against railroads with impunity because I know where they are, and they can't come to me.
They know where you are.
You know what I'm saying?
They know where you are.
Is he going to drive the train over here? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to do that.
I'll speak nice at your funeral.
Have you ever taken one of those like long train rides?
I want to so bad.
I do too.
The Canadian one.
I do too.
Or the one from Denver up to Vancouver.
Well, there's one that goes from like Alaska to across Vancouver and across. Oh man, I want to. Where you're spinning and you got a sleeper cabin and it's like a week.
Yeah, and you watch everything roll by that it looked like 200-300 years ago.
I would make that happen for us, but I just besmirched the railroads, so they won't listen to me. So you make that happen.
We need the Canadian National Railroad to come in and be a sponsorship for you and provide a live remote from the Transcontinental Railroad as it travels across the United States.
Notice that we're talking about the Canadian railroad system. Amtrak sucks.
Well, I didn't say that again.
I did.
Matt Murphy.
I did. I mean, it does. It's like it's more. It costs more to take Amtrak than it does to fly someplace. How's that work?
We can do a remote from the hospital bed. It's no problem.
And they take like a gajillion dollars a year from the federal government.
What is that laughing I hear in the back?
That's Ken Weaver. Ken Weaver thinks you're funny.
Oh, Sooner scored again.
Boomer!
I'm having too much fun today. I'm sorry. It's the holidays. I'm in a good mood.
Is it the holiday? It's already the holiday.
Thanksgiving's coming up, and right after that, we get to hear Burl Ives.
Let me tell you something.
Silver and gold.
It's a peppermint mine.
You guys.
That's a good Yukon Cornelius. Cepicky, you got to admit it. So let's get serious when we come back from news. We'll let Ken do his newscast, and then we'll talk education. We'll talk Duck Curve. You ready?
You got it.
All right. Well, 32 after the hour on Super Talk. All right. Hey, Ken. I need
sir.
Ken Weaver. Ken Weaver, this interview just took a turn.
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit of a harder edge on this interview from here on out, and I'm going to tell you why, Ken Weaver.
Okay.
Because I just realized something.
What's that?
You know my University of Georgia Bulldogs, Ken? My beloved Bulldogs?
I do.
You know that college football playoff deal came out the other day?
Yes.
And you know we're number 5, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if the college football playoff were played today, do you know who Georgia would open up with in Athens?
Memphis.
Yeah, go Tigers.
Memphis. That's right, Ken. So I'm looking at the enemy right here in my studio. I would love that, man. I would love that. Just, I mean, because I've met Gabriel.
Yeah.
And I would love for that young man, because that's 92,000, man. That'd be a moment.
It's almost approaching the Big Ten numbers. You're getting close. Maybe one day.
Jackson, mark this. We're going to use this rat poison. We'll send it to Kirby.
Is he still employed?
Should Memphis? Yeah, I think Kirby.
If he loses to Memphis, though.
Well, yeah. You can't lose to crappy teams like Memphis
Wow.
and keep job security. But
Wow.
I mean, what? Now we're throwing it out there.
Thank you for the bulletin board material. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thank you. All right, let's talk.
Hey, we got to watch out for OU. Oh, no, we don't. Never mind.
OU? Oh, no.
We have to worry about them.
Poor Oregon, they thought Penn State was a good victory until now. That didn't happen.
Not so fast. As my good friend Lee Corso would say.
Not so fast, my friend.
What a great segment that it was.
I want to do Duck River first.
I'm stalling as hard as I can, aren't I?
What, on the Duck River? Well, I mean, so look,
I'm serious.
I had Jason Gillum on, and he's a fine advocate for the idea of a dam. But that's what he is. I mean, he is advocating for a dam. And I'm I love new ideas, and if this is the idea to solve our water problem, then I'm all for it. And I brought your name up because I'm like, look, I don't know of anyone that has done more work in Murray County to protect the Duck River than you. Okay. I just don't. Because that's what conservatives do, right? Mm-hmm. It's about conservation of the resources that we enjoy and love. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to have you on. You're kind of playing this. Well, you're watching both sides of this, right? Are you? Mm-hmm. Have you made a decision about where you are in this issue, or are you just kind of monitoring it? Or are you researching it? What are you doing?
Well, first of all, really nobody's asked for my help, so I'm just kind of interjecting myself here a little bit, which I really don't like to do. I want to make sure that people understand there's two things here. There is the governor's group that he put together to make a recommendation on how to solve water issues and protect the Duck River. Mm-hmm. And then there's the Columbia Dam people who are looking at long-term, right? Two different issues here. So I'm 100% behind what the governor's trying to do. He's provided $65 million-ish to try to look into this and figure out what's the scenario moving forward. I think there's going to be a recommendation. My gut feeling is to probably try to raise Normandy Dam 5 feet, which will back up an additional 5 billion gallons of water. And then also look at some pipeline like Columbia Power and Water is doing to provide an additional water resource in regards to looking at the Duck River on where the maximum amount of water is coming from. The other program is the dam, right? The problem is with the dam, and I've been doing research on this ever since this whole thing started. I'm like, okay, I wasn't here for this fight, but I want to know as much detail as I can on, is this going to be a mountain or a molehill? And let me tell you something. I fought some big battles up here in the General Assembly. Mm-hmm. This is a big one.
Because you're dealing with state government, but you're also dealing with the feds.
With the federal government, and you're dealing with the environmental issues, and you're dealing with the Endangered Species Act, and you're dealing with Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, and you're dealing with all kinds of state water law. It is the most complex issue I've ever seen since I've been in politics. And Jason is trying to attack this, and I give him credit for this. This is a big one. Mm-hmm. But there's some hurdles here.
So the central focus is the need for water.
For water, because we continue to grow.
Right. So as it was presented to me by the advocates of Columbia Dam now, mm-hmm. the water needs of Middle Tennessee are the primary reason why we would want to put a dam back there. Mm-hmm. And the recreational aspect is secondary to the needs of the water. Mm-hmm. Do you believe that there is a real and present need for water?
Well, it depends who you talk to. If you talk to people that say there is. If you look at data that's provided from TDEC, maybe not. I think we're headed towards a catastrophe with growth. Everybody acknowledges that. It's where are we along that pathway? How close are we to catastrophe? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what the governor's trying to do is let's come up with a solution that we can mitigate this issue for some time. How long? Well, it depends on how many homes are approved, right? If the cities slow down, I didn't say stop, just slow down a little bit, it buys you more time, right? If we create a water source that is huge, then what happens is we get yeses all the time, right? And we grow and we grow and we grow. Well, that's not the only problem. The water's not the only problem. It's schools, it's sewers, it's roads, it's all the other problems that get created by massive growth, right? So how do you strike a balance there, and then try to overcome the hurdles? And nobody's even really talked about the hurdles. I attended the governor's policy group, or his recommendation group, and when I left there, it's a mountain.
So the advocates for this claim that all of the pieces are in place. It's just a matter of, I mean, you brought up the idea of stream mitigation.
Credits.
Yes. Credits.
Yes. I found out about that about 2 weeks ago.
And I didn't know anything about it, and I was asking you about it when you came in. And I asked Jason about it when he was in, and he said he didn't know anything about it. But so there's a federal law in place that requires if you do something like this to offset what you're doing by providing money to benefit waterways
somewhere else,
elsewhere.
Do
I have it right?
Yeah, that's the gist of it.
What's the cost impact there?
So it's from the numbers that were presented at this meeting, it's $3,000 a foot of riverway.
A foot,
and there's 50 miles of riverway that's going to be dammed. That's roughly $700 million just on the Duck River, not including all the other tributaries associated with that. And somebody's got to pay that. And I asked the question, well, who pays that? Well, there was no answer. Because you're talking probably just $1 billion. Now, here's the other problem, right? If you could find somebody to purchase those credits, you have to find a like project somewhere else in the state to be able to do this. It can't be in another state. It's got to be in our state. Here's the problem with the Duck River, right? The reason why we protected it was it's the second most biodiverse river in the world, full of endangered species, et cetera, right? Mm-hmm. The largest river self-contained in our country, in our state, the largest river in the country self-contained its entirety in one state.
By the way, those endangered mussels,
yes,
they're delicious. You can eat them raw, guys. Go down there and just scoop them right out of the river.
Come on now.
So what you're saying is your understanding of these stream mitigation credits is that either someone has to pay or you would have to change federal law?
Yeah.
In order to, well, I mean, because that $700 million, if that's the price tag, let's say it is.
That's just on the Duck River, not including all the tributaries.
That feels like a non-starter then.
Well, it's difficult. The other problem you're going to have is you get into I lost my train of thought. So there's another law that got exposed that I didn't realize. It's called NEPA, and what that has to do with is able to put an impoundment on a river in our country. It has to show that you have to show the federal government that it is the least ecological impact and
to solve the problem.
And there's no other alternative.
You know, it occurs to me, and I'm not fussing at you, but if these environmental protection rules and laws and regulations had been in place years ago, we wouldn't have Percy Priest.
You wouldn't have Percy Priest. You wouldn't have Old Hickory, or you wouldn't have Hoover. You wouldn't have.
I mean, right?
Right. And this has been policy.
But you're just dealing with the reality. You're not saying you agree with it. You're just saying this is the reality.
I'm trying to know when I walk into that bar what kind of gunfight I'm going to have, so I can be prepared for it. Now, I think you can get around these. So far, I think they're navigable. They're just massive hurdles.
Right.
We haven't even talked about state law yet.
So there are state laws that are impediments as well?
There are state laws. State laws state right now that if TWRA, who is the managing person in Murray County of the 12,000 acres, that if they lose 1 acre of hunting land, they have to be afforded that acre somewhere else. So there's 12,000 acres that are going to be underwater. That means we're going to have to find as a state, or somebody's going to have to find as the state, 12,000 acres somewhere else.
Well, y'all just need to go tell TWRA to pound sand.
Oof, that's Matt Murphy, not me.
Now I've ticked off the railroads and TWRA.
You got one. If you throw TVA in there, you got the trifecta.
Oh, those TWRA people. They violate private property rights all the time.
No,
they do too. They get on people's private property, Scott, all the time. They put up cameras and stuff. I've seen them, or I've heard about it. So your position is you want to research and see what the most viable solution. We recognize that there are, maybe some immediate water needs that are not so emergency based, but that down the road with continued growth,
we're going to have a problem.
We're going to have a problem. And so what's the best way to solve that for the foreseeable future? The dam folks say, look, this is a 100-year solution. Mm-hmm. But what I hear you saying is that to get to that 100-year solution might take 100 years itself.
Well, it may not take 100 years. It's going to take literally act of Congress.
Yeah, that's not hyperbolic. I mean,
right. It's going to take acts of Congress to overturn environmental law. And this is environmental law that's been under control of Republicans and Democrats for the last 30-something years. So it's not like the Democrats put all this in. It's Republicans and Democrats.
Do you believe a pipeline from the Cumberland is a viable alternative?
I'm looking the other way. I'm looking Tennessee River.
Which is a longer route, but maybe.
But the right-of-ways are easier to attain through either the natural gas pipelines that run or TVA power lines that run.
Not that I doubt Jason. Mm-hmm. He told me this, that like per foot on these pipes, it's like an insane amount of money.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap. But now here's where I'm going to sprinkle in here something for you. I just got back from Israel. Israel has 80% of their fresh water is from desalination plants that's pumped all over Israel. Mm-hmm. Maybe we need to look at something like that as the new TVA or federal highway project. Maybe it's a water project in our country that we use the ocean to help provide fresh water.
Maybe so.
I don't know. There's Jason and that group have taken on a massive gorilla.
No, I appreciate the project. I appreciate the aspect. My goal, and I don't always do this. Sometimes I take a side, I dig in, and there I am. But my goal is to present all sides on this issue, to research it as best we can, and to make sure that the people that are impacted have the knowledge available to them so they can take a position on the issue.
And then there's a 700-page report from the Corps of Engineers that got sent to me. And I'll tell you this, the Corps has been very forthcoming with any Freedom of Information Act I needed. They gave me anything I needed. And there's a debate there of what percentage of the land for the Columbia Dam has been purchased for full pool with flood control. Mm-hmm. Some people say 80% of the land. Some documents say 49% of the land.
So there's a question about
how much land is still needed. And I think you just the two groups, the governor's group needs to keep pushing forward with what they're doing, right? And Jason and his group need to keep pushing forward with what they're doing to see, can you ever get there? Mm-hmm. Can you get there?
Scott, it's been an illuminating hour. We'll have to hold off on education until next time. We've got plenty of time to talk about education because we've got some new developments coming up with Scholarship Fund. We'll talk about that next time.
You got it, buddy.
Thank you, Scott. You know what? I appreciate everything that Scott did, except he talked nasty about the railroads, which is awful. I mean, just horrible. And he was talking about mamas trying to protect their children in the dark with daylight saving time. I mean, but you know what? We forgive him for that because we appreciate him on every other
The best
front.
song of Christmas, Burl Ives, Silver and Gold.
Silver and gold. Silver and gold.
I'm done. I can't top that. Let's go.